A movie about a group of kids in the 1960s that decide, hey, let's make a band. Maybe we'll make it big one day. This movie is even more cliche than it sounds. I'm probably going to forget the name of this movie multiple times in this review because I keep telling people, I went and saw this movie and I don't remember what the name of it was. I keep doing that, so I'll probably forget it, but while I have it in memory, Not Fade Away is a film from director, well he's only, I think this is his first film, David Chase. Yeah, David Chase. I think it's his first film. I'm not entirely sure about that fact, but he was a writer on The Sopranos, and that's really the only reason I watched this movie, because one of my friends is a huge fan of the 1960s and The Sopranos. I have the entire series, but I have not watched an episode yet. I have yet to watch it. I've had this thing for 4 months, and I haven't watched a single episode, but I will. I promise. Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I watched this movie, because it's the first film from the writer of The Sopranos as a director. It's his first time directing a movie, so me and my friend said, hey, let's go see this movie, so we did, and that's why I saw this movie. This is a movie about a bunch of teenagers that get together and they form a band. They're pretty good at playing musical instruments, so they form a band and they try and make it big. So this film's a coming-of-age story about a kid who can sing and play guitar and wants to make it big and become the next Rolling Stones, I think is what he takes all of his influence from. But he looks like Bob Dylan in the movie. I kept waiting for him to like be Bob Dylan, but he didn't, and I was disappointed. He also develops a relationship with a girl in the film, has some issues with his band members, and has some issues with his father as well, played by Gandolfini. That's pretty much the general idea of this film. It's just like a coming-of-age story, period piece, 1960s film. If you can't tell already, I wasn't a huge fan of this movie for a lot of reasons. There's some things I liked. It's not a bad movie, but there's some things I liked and more things that I didn't like. So I'll get to them all soon. I'll go ahead and get the things that I liked out of the way so I can get to my complaints with the film. I liked some of the 60s stuff. It's not a bad period piece. I definitely like the music aspect of the movie just because I always enjoy seeing stories about guys who want to become artists. I enjoy that sort of thing. And so I liked some of the music. I liked the soundtrack to this film. A lot of 1960s music, stuff like that. But yeah, I like the soundtrack. I like the band stuff. I used to sing and play guitar myself, so I enjoyed some of that. And it's a fairly competently made film. Like, it doesn't look too bad. It's nothing special, but it doesn't look bad, except for one scene with a bike crash. But yeah, overall, I did not like this film. I had a lot of problems with it, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. My biggest issue with this film was just how cliche it was. It was insanely predictable. The writing was, at times, just like, oh. There's a scene where the main character and his girlfriend are sitting on the hood of a car, of course, and he turns to her and says, "Babe, do you believe in me?" "Of course I believe in you." And I really wanted to walk out of the theater and never come back. It just felt like a movie written by a guy who grew up in that decade and just loved everything about the 1960s. The music, the drive-in movies, the dances, the stuff that's been done in movies before. And it just wasn't as interesting to me as it probably was to him when he was growing up and doing those things. And all of the conflicts that I've seen between the band members in the film, like, I want to sing, no, I want to sing, no, I want to play guitar, no, I want to be in the band, no, I don't want to be in the band, oh, but why won't you let me in the band? It's just so stupid, and it's been done before, and I just was not having it when I watched this movie. I will say though, if you really love the 1960s, like the guy that I went with, he's got great taste in movies and he really loves the 1960s. Loves the movies, loves everything about it, loves them, especially the music. If you really love that stuff and that's just your decade, you're probably gonna like this movie just because it's another period piece. You're probably gonna like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was not for me, and I did not like this one. So if you like this movie, I'm not hating on you, but I did not like it. I'm gonna give this movie the lowest grade I can give it without giving it an F, because it doesn't deserve an F, but I'm gonna give it a C-. I did not like this one. I don't recommend seeing this one. There's lots of other good stuff out in theaters. It's a smaller independent movie, so you probably don't even know that it exists. and that's okay because I don't think it's very good. But that's my honest opinion of Not Fade Away. Anyways, that's my review of Not Fade Away. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel and go check out some of my other movie reviews. And thanks for watching.